Hey guys, we are going to do a walkthrough of the dosage calc practice worksheet number 1 that was due in week 6. I'm going to work them out both ways. I'll do the fast way first, and then I'll do the table way second. That way, no matter which way you do it, we'll get the way you do it. So, number 1, ordered, we have 250 milligrams. Available, we have 100 milligrams and 2 mLs. So how many mLs are we going to give? The fast way, we do 250 times 2 divided by 100. So I got my little calculator here. We do 250 times 2 divided by 100 is 5. And that's how we would get it. Don't need to write anything. If you want to set up a table, we always start with what we have available. So we do 100 milligrams in 2 mLs. And our patient needs 250 milligrams. And we need to see how many mLs that is. So we would do cross multiply. 100 times x equals 2 times 250 is 500. Divide each side by 100. And you get 5 mLs. All right, number 2. Ordered, we have 100 milligrams. Available, we have 0.05 gram tablets. So how many tablets are we going to give? Remember, you always want to convert because these are different, milligrams and grams. So we always want to convert to what we have available because that's what we actually have in our hand available. So how many grams is 100 milligrams? We're going to use our little cheat thing here to see which way we're moving. So we're going from milligrams to grams. So we're going to move our decimal point 3 spaces to the left. So we're going to go 1, 2, 3. Sorry, it keeps going out of focus. So we have 0. My pencil's running out of lead. All right, we have 0.1 grams is our order. All right, and then if you're doing it the fast way, if you want to think of this as a line here, same way we have a line up here, and think of this as 1 tablet. So we would have 0.1 times 1 divided by 0.05. So we are going to get out our calculator. We're going to do 0.1 times, what did I say, 1, divide by 0.05, and that gives us 0.2. Oh, I'm sorry. 0.1 divided by 0.1 divided by 0.05. 2. Okay, I'm sorry. I'm typing the wrong things, but that's right. Okay, so 0.1 times 1 divided by 0.05 is 2. So we're going to give 2 tablets. If we want to set up a table, available we have 0.05 grams in 1 tablet, and our patient needs 0.1 grams equals X tablets. And we're going to cross multiply. So 0.05 X equals 0.1. Get X by itself. Divide each side by 0.05. And we are going to do 0.1 divided by 0.05. And again, we get 2 tablets. All right, number 3. Our order is 8 micrograms per kilogram per hour. Available, we have 0.64 milligrams in 2 mLs, and our patient weighs 80 kilograms. at what drip rate, how many mLs per hour are we going to run this? So first we notice that these are different, micrograms, milligrams. Remember, we want to convert to what we already have available. So we want to convert 8 micrograms into milligrams. Micrograms to milligrams. So we're going to move our decimal place to the left 3 times, or divide by 1,000. So we have 8. 1, 2, 3. So our order becomes 0.008 milligrams per kilogram per hour. All right, now we're gonna take our weight. Our patient weighs 80 kilograms. Now we want to multiply 80 times 0.008 because we need 0.008 milligrams per kilogram, per every one, and we have 80 of them, so we want to multiply. Okay, so we're going to do 0.008 times 80, and we get 0.64. So we need 0.64 milligrams per hour. Now, if we just think about it, there's 0.64 milligrams in 2 mLs available, and we need 0.64 milligrams. So our answer's here already, 2 mLs. But let's say that we weren't sure. Let's still do the math. So the fast way is to take 0.64 milligrams times 2, divide by 0.64. Let's see what that gives us. We have 0.64 times 2, divide by 0.64, and we get 2. For a table, we're going to do what we have available, 0.64 milligrams in 2 mLs equals, our order is 0.64 milligrams and over X mLs. I can't tell if y'all can see this still. Okay, so 0.64X, we're cross multiplying, equals 2 times 0.64. 2 times 0.64 equals 1.28. I'm sorry, my cat is literally like walking on. Alrighty. And we're going to divide each side by 0.64. Divide this side by 0.64. We're going to get X by itself. And 1.28 divided by 0.64 is 2. And that's 2 mLs per hour is our answer. All right. Okay, next one. So we need 24 milligrams over 8 hours. And available, we have 96 milligrams in 4 mLs. So what are we going to set our mLs per hour at? All right, so the fast way, we can do 24. We need to find our mLs first. 24 milligrams is how many mLs? So we can do 24 times 4 divided by 96. I'm using my calculator. 24 times 4 divide by 96 equals 1. But it's over 8 hours. So we're going to do 1 ml divided by 8 hours. So 1 divided by 8. So to run 1 ml over 8 hours, we're going to do 0.125 mLs per hour. And that's our answer. And if we were to set up a table, we would do what we have available. So 96 milligrams in 4 mLs. This is, sorry, it keeps going blurry. Equals 24 milligrams in X mLs. And we're going to cross multiply. 96 times X. And 4 times 24 is 4 times 24, 96. Divide each side by 96 to get X by itself. And 96 over 96 is 1. And remember, it's over 8 hours. Where are the keys? Over 8 hours. So we're going to divide this by 8. And we get 0.125 mLs per hour. So same thing. All right, number 5. Okay, so we have 400 micrograms is our order. Available, we have 0.08 milligrams in 5 mLs. How many mLs are we going to administer? The fast way, well, first these are different, milligrams, micrograms. So we're going to convert what we have ordered to what we have available. We're going to move to the left three spots. 1, 2, 3. So we have 0.4 milligrams is our order. Fast way, we're going to do 0.5 or 0.4 times 0.5 divided by 0.08. Right, 0.4 times 0.5 divided by 0.08. And we get 2.5. All right, to set up a table, remember our order, we already converted it to 0.4 milligrams. So we're going to start our table with what we have available. So 0.08 milligrams in 0.5 mLs. And that is equal to, our order is 0.4 milligrams. We need to know how many mLs that is. All right, we're going to cross multiply. 0.08x equals 0.5 times 0.4. 0.5 times 0.4 is 0.2. Divide each side by 0.08 to get X by itself. So 0.2 divided by 0.08 equals 2.5. Okay, next. All right. So our order is 117 milligrams per kilogram over 12 hours. Available, we have 260 milligrams in 3 mLs, and our patient weighs 220 pounds. First thing we want to do is convert our pounds to kilograms. So we do 220 divided by 2.2. So 220 divided by 2.2 is 100 kilograms. I always just write it up here so that I don't forget to multiply these, because we need 117 milligrams per every kilogram. So we're going to multiply those. 117 times 100 is 11,700. 11,700 milligrams. For our patient's weight, this is how many milligrams they need. And this is still over 12 hours. We don't want to forget that that's there. All right, so now we need to know how many mLs that is. Fast way, we're going to do 11,700 times 3 divided by 260. 11,700 times 3 divided by 260 equals 135. I'm going to write that right here. That's 135 mLs. Remember, it's over 12 hours. So if we're going to run it over 135 mLs over 12 hours, how many do we need per hour? We're going to divide by 12. And that equals 11.25. Okay, we're going to set up a table. We're going to start with what we have available. So available, we have 260 milligrams in 3 mLs equals, and remember our patient we figured needed 11,700 milligrams. We need to know how many mLs that is. All right, so we're going to do 260 times X equals 3 times 11,700. 3 times 11,700, 35,100. Divide each side by 260 to get X by itself. So 35,100 divide by 260 equals 135. And remember, it's over 12 hours. And we need to know how many mLs per 1 hour. So we're going to divide by 12 equals 11.25 mLs per hour. Oops, sorry. Okay, that's number 6. Number 7. Okay. Let me try to make this work a little better. All right. A healthcare provider prescribes heparin sodium 1,300 units per hour by continuous IV infusion. The pharmacy prepares the med and delivers an IV bag of 20,000 units in 250 mLs of D5W. An infusion pump must be used to administer the medication. The nurse sets the infusion pump at how many mLs per hour to deliver 1,300 units per hour? All right, this one looks tough in the beginning, but it's not bad. So let's pick out what we need. So this is our order. So our order is 1,300 units. Available, my pencils drive me nuts. Okay, available is 20,000 units in 250 mLs. Okay, and we're going to run this 1,300 units per, however many mLs this is how many mLs we're running an hour. So, fast way, we're going to do 1,300 times 250 divided by 20,000. This keeps locking. All right, what did I say? 1,300 times 250 divided by 20,000. And that gives us 16.25. And that's our answer. If we want to set up a table, we would do 20,000 units in 250 mLs. That's our available. And our order is 1,300 units. And we need to know how many mLs that is, X mLs. All right, we're going to cross multiply. So 20,000 times X equals 250 times 1,300. 250 times 1,300 equals 325,000. We want to get x by itself, so let's divide each side by 20,000. So 325,000 divided by 20,000 equals 16.25. mLs. All right, next one. Going back to basic conversions. So for this, let's remember our kg, g, mg, mcg. So we are going from milligrams to micrograms. So we're going to move to the right, or multiply, times 1,000. We're going to move to the right 3 spaces. So we have 27. We're going to move to the right 1, 2, 3. 1, 2, 3. So that gives us 27,000 micrograms. All right. The doctor writes an order for a liquid oral medication. The order says to administer 15 milligrams by mouth every 4 hours as needed for a sore throat. Pharmacy dispenses you with 30 milligrams in 3 mLs. How many mLs will you administer per dose? So it says per dose, so this every 4 hours, we don't really need it. If it said per day, then we would multiply at the end, but we just need a dose. All right, so let's pick out what we need from this. Our order is 15 milligrams. Available, pharmacy dispenses us, available with 30 milligrams in 3 mLs. All right, so the fast way, we'll do 15 times 3, divide by 30. (15 times 3 divided by 30 equals 1.5 mLs. For a table, we're going to do what our available is 30 milligrams in 3 mLs. And our order is 15 milligrams, and we need to know how many mLs that is. So x mLs. 30 times x equals 3 times 15 is 45. Let's get x by itself. So 45 divided by 30 equals 1.5. 1.5 mLs. All right, number 10. The doctor writes an order for a liquid oral medication. The order says to administer 20 grams by mouth BID. Pharmacy dispenses you with 10 grams and 15 mLs. How many mLs will you administer? So let's pull out what we need. So our order says to administer 20 grams by mouth. 20 grams by mouth, and this is twice a day. Whoop. BID is twice a day. But we're only looking for per dose. So we don't need to multiply at the end. If it said daily, then we would multiply at the end for twice a day. All right, available, we have pharmacy dispenses us with 10 grams per 15 mLs. All right, so fast way, we're gonna do 20 times 15, divide by 10. (20 times 15, divide by 10, and we get 30. 30 mLs. That's our answer. All right, to set up a table, we're gonna do available. We have 10 grams for every 15 mLs. Our order is for 20 grams, and we need to know how many mLs that is, X mLs. We're gonna cross multiply. 10 times X equals 15 times 20. 15 times 20 is 300. Get X by itself. $300 divided by 10 is 30. All right, the doctor writes an order. This is number 11, I'm sorry. The doctor writes an order for an IV bolus. The order says to administer 20 milligrams IV twice a day, BID. You're supplied with a vial that is labeled 40 milligrams per ml. How many mLs will the patient receive daily, not per dose? All right, so first we need to figure out the dose, and then we can multiply it how many times we need per day to get the daily dose. So our order, let's pick out what we need from this. Our order is 20 milligrams BID. Available, we have 40 milligrams per ml. All right, so remember, think of this as, when it says per ml, think of it as 1. All right, so the fast way, we're gonna do 20 times 1 divided by 40. Come on. All right, so we have 20 times 1 divided by 40. That gives us 0.5 mLs. So 20 milligrams is 0.5 mLs. Now we need to give this twice a day. That's just for a single dose. Our order says BID, which is twice a day. And the question is asking us how many mLs they're gonna get in a day, not per dose. So we're gonna take 0.5 mLs and we're gonna multiply times 2 because they're taking it twice a day. So our answer is 1 ml. For a table, we're gonna take our available 40 milligrams in 1 ml equals, and our order is for 20 milligrams, and that is how many mLs? 40 times X equals 1 times 20 is 20. Divide each side by 40 to get X by itself. 20 divided by 40 is 0.5 mLs. Remember, that's for a single dose. So we need daily, and they're going to take it twice a day. So we're going to multiply it by 2, and that gives us 1 ml. All right, then number 12. The doctor writes an order to infuse a solution. The order reads, infuse 2,500 mLs over 1 day. What is the hourly rate? So we're going to do, so how many mLs per hour if we're running this over 24 hours? We're going to do 2,500 mLs divided by 24 because there's 24 hours in a day. And that's going to give us 2,500 divided by 24, 104.1, we'll round it, 17. 104.17 mLs per hour. All right, number 13. God, this is just so fuzzy. Okay. Number 13. All right, first thing we notice is that this is micrograms, this is milligrams. So let's change our order. So from micrograms to milligrams, we're going to move to the left 3 spaces, sorry. I'm having a brain fart. Okay, so we're going to move to the left. Am I kilograms, milligrams, micrograms? Yes, we're going to move to the left. Okay, so 1, 2, 3. So 0.005 milligrams per kilogram per minute. Notice it says minute, not hour. Alrighty. And available, we have 20 milligrams and 250 mLs. And our patient weighs 176 pounds. Let's change this to kilograms. So 176 divided by 2.2. 176 divided by 2.2 is 80. So our patient weighs 80 kilograms. We're going to take our 80 and multiply it by our milligrams. 80 times 0.005 is 0.4. So our patient needs 0.4 milligrams per minute. All right, let's figure out if they need, our order needs 0.4 milligrams per minute. Let's figure out how many they need in an hour, because we always set our pumps to drip at mLs per hour. So we would multiply this by 60 because there's 60 minutes in an hour. So 0.4 milligrams per minute equals the same thing as 24 milligrams per hour. All right, so now we can do our fast way. We would do 24 times 250 divided by 200. 24 times 250, 24 times 250 divided by 200 equals 30. 30 mLs per hour. For our table, remember this is how much our patient needs per hour. So our table, we would set up what we have available is 200 milligrams in 250 mLs equals, and our patient needs 24 milligrams, and we need to know how many mLs that is. 200 times X equals 250 times 24. 250 times 24 is 6,000. Divide each side by 200 to get X by itself. So 6,000 divided by 200 is 30. Okay, number 14. Okay, I'm just making y'all work. All right. Our order is 4.5 micrograms per kilogram per minute. Available, we have 125 milligrams in 200 mLs. Our patient weighs 320 pounds. And how many mLs per hour are we going to run this medication? So first, we need to get our micrograms changed to milligrams. So again, we're going to move to the left or divide by 1,000. Move to the left 3 spaces. 1, 2, 3. So we have 0.0045 micrograms per kilogram. 1, 2, 3. Okay, I'm so paranoid. Per kilogram per minute. All right. Now our patient weighs 320 pounds. So let's figure out how many kilograms that is. So we take 320 pounds, divide by 2.2. That gives us 145.45. 145.45 kilograms. So we're going to multiply this times our milligrams. Oh, y'all noticed that, didn't you? Good job. Y'all caught me. That's milligrams now. Okay, so this times this, we still have this in our phone, so we're going to multiply it by 0.0045. Point times 0.0045. So our patient needs 0.655, we'll round it there, milligrams per minute. This is another minute thing, and we need it in hours. So again, we're going to multiply this by 60 to get it in hours. We still have it in our phone. Times 60 is 39.27. 39.27 milligrams per hour is how much our patient needs. Now we're in hours, so we're good. All right, this is how much they need. It's a lot of work, isn't it? All right, so fast way, we're going to take 39.27 times 200 divide by 125. All right, we still have this in our phone, so we'll keep going. So times 200 divide by 125. And we get 62.84. Milligrams per, no, sorry, that's mLs. mLs per hour. All right, that's our answer. To set up a table, let's take our available. So 125 milligrams over 200 mLs equals, our patient needed 39.27 over here, 39.27 milligrams. And we need to know how many mLs that is. All right, so we're going to do 125 times x equals 200 times 39.27. Times 39.27, 7,854. I rounded that, so it might come out a little different. Okay, 125. We're going to divide by each side to get x by itself. So divide by 125. 62.83. So close enough. Let's just round it to 62.8. Remember on ATI, they'll tell you round to the 10th, round to the whole number. All right. Alrighty, our last one. So we have 2.7 micrograms per kilogram per hour. Available, we have 200 milligrams in 500 mLs, and our patient weighs 102 pounds. How many mLs per hour are we going to run our pump? All right, so first let's convert 2.7 micrograms to milligrams. So remember, we're going to the left, three decimals, or we're going to divide by 1,000. 2, 3, 1, 2, 3. So we have 0.0027 milligrams per kilogram per hour. Our patient weighs 102 pounds. So let's get that to kilograms. Okay, so what did we have? 102 pounds, divide by 2.2 equals 46.36 kilograms. 46.36 kilograms. All right, we're going to multiply this 46.36 kilograms times our milligrams. We have 0.0027 times 46.36. So our patient needs 0.125 milligrams per hour. This is what our patient needs. Now we need to know how many mLs that is. All right, so doing it the fast way, we'll do 0.125 times 500 divide by 200. 0.125 times 500 divide by 200 is 0.31 mLs per hour. All right, if we're going to set up a table, we'll take our available is 200 milligrams in 500 mLs. And what our patient needs was this over here, 0.125 milligrams. You know how many mLs that is. So we have 200 times X equals 500 times 0.125. 500 times 0.125, 62.5. Divide that by 200 to get X by itself. So 62.5 divided by 200 equals 0.31 mLs per hour. And that is it, guys. Y'all did really good on this, actually. So keep working hard. Let me know if you have any questions.